Thanks so much for joining us on Morning Live Sport. Now, South African wheelchair tennis star Kgothatso Montjane has won her fourth Grand Slam title, reclaiming the Roland Garros doubles title with Japanese partner Yui Kamiji. The 39-year-old won a second wheelchair doubles French Open in 3 years as Montjane and Kamiji beat the number 2 seed Xiaohui and Ziying Wang 4-6, 7-5 to take the title. Well, KG joins us now to chat about her success. And KG, you just added this second French Open doubles title to your name, and it was a great birthday present, a belated happy birthday to you. What does this mean to you now, not just professionally, but personally as well?
Good morning to you and to the viewers. Honestly, I would just like to take this opportunity and thank all my sponsors, because they're the ones who make it possible for me to be able to go out there and compete with the other people, So I'd just like to say thanks to them. And I'm coming from a tough time, and for them sticking by my side and making sure that I go back and compete at the highest level. To me personally, it means so much, because past 11 months, it was a tough one, but being able to get back and compete at this highest stage, it means so much, and it's such a great motivation for me to keep pushing.
Why has it been so tough in the past 11 months? And, you mentioned that you couldn't have done this without your sponsors and your partners. I think it's the same thing for Donald. You guys are trying to change the face of your sport, and you can't do that without support from commercial partners.
Yes, definitely. Obviously, losing my mom 11 months ago, obviously not being able to compete at the Paralympics, and looking at how much I was supported to be able to qualify with merit, and the next thing I wasn't able to do that. So I'm just grateful for what they keep doing, for me, making sure. I mean, they played a part in making sure that I get my mind in the right space.
Yeah.
To make sure that, I go back to playing tennis again, because at some point I just felt like, I can't do this anymore. So, and as for us as athletes, we can't even really say much about even getting enough support. For us, it's just to really make sure that we keep tennis relevant in the country. So the least we can do is just to keep working hard and making sure that the sport, stay relevant, and it encourages more people to take it up.
I read when you spoke about that and the heartache and how you had to dig yourself out of a dark place, and then now mentioning that you're trying to make wheelchair tennis and tennis as a sport in general relevant. You've been included as one of the influential names, one of the influential individuals in the national dialogue. We do know that the president has said it's a chance for all South Africans from all walks of life to come together and help shape the next chapter of our democracy. What does it mean for you, and what do you hope to share as being part of this initiative?
It's quite an honor to be part of this group, and I think it's about time that South Africa bring about change. So I can't really wait to really share my views, because as someone who's an ordinary citizen on the ground, I feel like I understand some of the frustration that a lot of citizens goes through, and to be able to be a voice to the many, to me it really means a lot. And I really hope with me being part of the group, I can really contribute in so many ways to make sure that we help the country to bring about the change that is needed.
Just coming back onto the court, and I don't know if you are just a normal citizen. You're quite a hero in many of our eyes. You and Yui you've become such a powerhouse on clay. Your partnership first started, I think it was in 2022. Then you won the title in 23. You went on to get the US Open title and Wimbledon, and now you're going to prepare for Wimbledon again. What has worked for you guys, and what tweaks are you constantly making, especially now after the French Open going into Wimbledon?
Honestly, I feel like our partnership it's quite a weird one, to be honest. We live in two different countries. We don't get to train together, but we remain good friends off court, which I think that's what actually contributes so much to what we do on court, to be honest, because we're not like the other groups where they live in the same country, they get to play together. And
I was actually going to ask you, do you spend time in Japan? Are you going to Japan or is she coming here?
No. Which it's quite sad that this year I didn't even go to Japan at all. Normally I do go to Japan every year just to play there, but still, it doesn't award us that opportunity where we can say we will work on stuff. So I just feel like we're so fortunate that, our relationship of court actually help us, bring so much on court because we know we can trust each other, we can rely on one another. So that's what actually helped us so well, because honestly, when you look at it on the technical side of things, we don't get to practice together and work on the plan and strategies. So, yeah.
It's a match made in heaven. So before I let you go, are you enjoying doubles tennis more than the singles format? Does it work for you better strategically, or what are your goals and desires when it comes to the singles format?
I mean, my desire and goals is to win a singles Grand Slam. I keep saying I keep winning the wrong one, but honestly, my plan is to win the singles Grand Slam. I'm working towards it. I mean, even this year I made a conscious decision not to play a lot of doubles. I just agreed with you with that. Yes, we will do the Grand Slams, but when it comes to other tournaments, I would like to try put more focus in improving, in singles, and because that's just my biggest goal. I feel like that's just what's missing for me. So.
Yeah.
The plan is to win. I mean, I'm so talented. To be able to do the two, it's quite great. So, but my goal is to actually, win the singles one.
Awesome. KG, you got to make us a promise. When you win that singles one, the next one, you're going to come and join us in studio and chat to us about it, okay?
Definitely, I will come around. Thank you.
Thanks so much for chatting to us. And we were chatting to the recently crowned Roland Garros French Open doubles wheelchair champion Kgothatso Montjane. She just won now with Yui Kamiji of Japan, sharing her goals and her desires, but also being part of that national dialogue. And she wants to change the concept of disability to being an ability as well.